Oh, yes. No. Introduction होगा ना.
Next page, please.
Danny, could you please mute somebody if somebody is there unmuted?
Good evening, everybody. This is the first of the series of L3 workshops. We will be having multiple sessions, and today is the first. It is a 1 hour and 15-minute session. We will be covering T, E, and A verticals here. The teacher support, e-learning, and adult literacy verticals today. First of all, as Arindam already said, if anybody is unmuted, please mute yourself. Otherwise, there will be disturbance on the platform. Secondly, you'll be happy to know that it will be, it's being recorded on YouTube. Is that right, Danny?
Yes, it is live telecasted on YouTube.
It is now going live on YouTube.
It's going live on YouTube,
Yes.
so somebody can share it in the group, the link, whatever.
I'm sharing it right now. Wait, just hold on. I'm sharing it.
Okay.
I've already put it live on YouTube, so I'll share yours.
Sure. And I bring a message from DGE, Dr. Kushanava Pavida. He attended the RIDE meeting yesterday at Raiganj, and he's on his way back through the jungles of Jharkhand. So on and off his network is going. So he will be trying to log in, but in case he does not log in, he wanted to excuse himself. But I have his permission to start this meeting today. So with everybody's consent and his permission, we start this meeting. Can we have the next slide, please? As we know, among the 7 areas of focus, literacy and basic education is one of the main areas of focus for Rotary. And if you consider India, then RILM has taken this initiative of helping make India totally literate by the year 2027, which brings us to the thought that basic education and literacy is probably the most important area of service for Rotary India. So we need to take this very seriously. We have a lot of programs coming up in this coming year. And today's session is to the incoming presidents of the club literacy chairs, your RCCs, and your volunteer groups. Today, if you take away whatever is being presented in these 3 verticals of T, E, and A, you will be able to. There is noise. Please mute whoever is unmuted, please mute.
No, I'm muting them. Don't worry.
Right.
But this person keeps on unmuting. Just Sahu, Ananda Chandra Sahu. Okay.
Right. So what we promise you today in this session is what you will take away is that you will be very clear about what our literacy goals are, how we are focusing on our goals, how you're going to apply for your grants, and how you're basically going to implement these projects. Can we have the next slide, please? So our literacy program is a holistic program called TEACH, and this is to achieve total literacy and quality education for the country. Today, once again, I am repeating that we are focusing on the T, E, and A verticals. Can we have the next slide? The next slide, please.
You want this one or next one?
The next one. Right. Now, as you already know, we have been divided into 2 groups. Our literacy team is divided into 2 groups because of the large geographical spread of our district. So in this teacher support program, we have Rotarian Dr. Pradeep Kumar Jain and Shishendu, Rotarian Shishendu Sadhuda, who are going to both together take the teacher support program for you. So now I pass on the platform to both of you, and you can take forward this program, teacher support. Please note that you have a total of 15 minutes, 7 minutes for each of you, 7.5 minutes for each of you. So I pass on the platform to the teacher support co-chairs.
Partha, who are there? Shishendu and?
Shishendu and Pradeep Kumar Jain.
Yes, I am there.
I am going to mute myself right now.
Okay, I have unmuted Pradeep and Shishendu.
So,
Okay, Shishendu Sadhu will speak about the teacher support program.
Okay.
So who will speak? Who will speak first?
Myself.
Okay, please.
Shirshad.
Yes, Shishad, please.
Yes. Namaskar, Shubho Shondha to you all. My hearty thanks to Dr. Kushanabha Purbi, District Governor 22-23, and past President Rotarian Partha Pratim Phukan, Chairman RID 3240 Literacy Committee 22-23. This evening, I am here to share something with you on the topic teacher support. But I think that nothing left new with you on which I can speak. Rotary is carrying this agenda for about 6 years or more. So I am here just to refresh certain points only. Next slide. We can take this as introduction of this teacher support agenda. Teachers training is the main focus of the entire teacher support vertical. The role of a teacher is shaping the minds of the youth is undeniable. Seminars, workshops, training programs, etc. are required to enhance the confidence and capabilities of a teacher. Rotary India Literacy Mission is doing so for the government schools and government aided schools. Club and clubs all together of almost all the same geographical area can undertake the program to enhance the capabilities of teachers. Actually, the primary teachers making the foundation of future. So with the morning, win the day. Now to the improve the professional skills and performance of teachers, the basic words of learning, if we go, then we all know the famous 4 Bengali words of Sri Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Jotodin Banchi, Totodin Shikhi. In English, it is learn till we live. Like a queen on a chessboard, the teacher with the most moves has the most options and the greatest degree of influence for students. So by developing the skills of teachers will certainly upgrade the performance of teachers too. That is strengthening skills to ensure sustainability. Now next, make them more confident in their everyday classroom performance. No, it is, the slide is the same as, yes. Confucius said, and I quote, education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace. The purpose of education to some teachers is to update the knowledge about the subject matter they are teaching on that subject. While it is important for students to have a firm idea on each subject, actually, when the why gets stronger, the how gets easier for the students. Now, the third point, improve the learning outcome of the students. Teachers are breaking the traditional module of imparting wisdom and slipping into the roles of a coach and mentor, where in they nurture talent can fulfill their curiosity and empower them with various technical and life skills. They are the new age role models who inspire students from failure and find opportunity to learn constantly and succeed in unpredictable times. Now we are going to the next slide as the online training matter. The online training, unlearn, relearn, and upgrade at the speed of thought. This is what the pandemic has taught. Millions of students and teachers adjusted themselves, upgraded themselves with the realities of virtual learning from almost the ground zero position. Syllabus and schedules had been mixed up and came out with new ideas to meet the learning needs. But one thing is certain, as we all know, the future belongs to those thinking and communication expertise. For online training, I think there is nothing to go more on the matter, as we are having some partners also. And I am coming with the names later because it's in the next slide. So according to Aristotle, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Actually, the online training program given us enormous opportunity, opens the new era to spread the light of education, upgradation, and all these things. We are having this program also online.
Shishendu, I will interrupt you here. I will interrupt you here.
Yes, sir.
I would request you to please, go a little faster because you have just 3 or 4 minutes left. You have a lot to cover.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. There is nothing is left more.
Yeah.
So Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon for changing the world. It helps teacher to perform much well and make students become better citizens, get a better paid job, shows the difference between good and bad. Educated people understand how valuable it is to live in a stable and secure community. In the long run, they can improve not only their neighborhood, but the society as well. They are more likely to take part not only in improving their homes, but in solving local problems too. In short, strength is the product of struggle." Now, what I was just telling, the Rotarians can take the assistance. Now, going to the next slide, the Rotarians can take the assistance of the partners who are in service with us, like Indian Career and Development Education Council, Meritrain, Tata Stripe, Tech Mahindra Foundation, IT Skills for a Smart Remote Teacher, and last but not the least, definitely, Learning Skills Foundation. With these words, I think I had covered the matter, and the online matter is definitely there. So I'm not going more in that depth because online training partners are also there, and we have with us our dynamic ALCC Partho. So definitely he will take if there is anything. And if anybody wants to know anything more, they can write down and I will definitely be there available to answer them. So wishing you all a wonderful Rotary year on behalf of DLCC, my part. Thank you.
Pradeep Jainji,
Yes,
please continue. Pradeep Jainji. Pradeep Kumar Jainji, please unmute yourself and continue. Danny, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible, Partho, but
Pradeep Jain, I have asked to unmute, but he is not unmuting till now. Oh,
Okay.
he's there. Yeah, he's there. Pradeep is here now. Yeah.
Am I
Pradeep,
audible?
please continue.
Yes, Pradeep, you're audible now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, and good evening to all of you. And first of all, I would like to give thanks to our district governor elect Dr. Pabi and DLCC past President Partho Pratim for giving me the responsibility to serve as district literacy co-chair teacher support. Dear friends, teachers have always shown us the path to success. Now it is our turn to give them the Guru Dakshina. Nation Builder Award is our Guru Dakshina to our teachers. Now, how to give our Guru Dakshina and how to do it? The first part is we should have evaluation-based model, teacher in charge, and students evaluate teachers. Best scoring teacher get NBA. We have done NBA in the past also. Is the same procedure. Forms for evaluation on RILM website www.rotaryteach.org are available for NBA, and NBA certificates can be downloaded from Rotary Teach portal. Next slide. Now there is a timeline because we have to give NBA by September 5th. That is the Teachers' Day. Generally, that we give that. So first, our timeline starts from and timeline and work start from July 2022. The first, in the month of July, we have to select schools for NBA. Only government primary schools are to be selected and collect UDISC number of the schools. It is very much important. Every government school has got this UDISC number. So it is required for reporting purpose. So you must collect UDIS number of the schools. Next slide, please. In the month of August, we have to conduct selection as per norms by the second week of August. We must complete our selection exercise by the next week of August. That is by 15th of August, preferably before Independence Day leave, and prepare list of awardees by the third week. And you must fix the date of distribution of awards, certificate gifts by the third week, so that we can invite the teachers and other dignitaries in advance, and invite district education officials at the distribution program. Whenever we give away NBA and gifts to the teachers, we must invite district education officials also. And we have to upload data on RILM website by the end of August, so that we can download certificates in time. Next slide, please. In September 2022, from date 1st to 3rd of September, we must take printout of the certificates. We should not wait for the last date or last minute, because the RILM website may crash down because of heavy traffic also from throughout India. So it will be better if we do it in advance, between date 1st and date 1st to the 3rd September 2022. From 5th September to 10th September, we should distribute certificates along with the gifts to teachers, and upload photos on RILM website, social media, WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram. We should make a small booklet. It may be digital also, with details of awardees and RILM activities. And we should also make a register of names and contact numbers of awarded teachers for our future teach programs like teacher support or any other programs. I think we have come to the end of my submission. Thank you very much. If any questions are to be asked, I think our DLCC Partho will be able to help you in the end. Thank you.
Thank you for keeping to the timeline.
Thank you.
Let's go to the e-learning part, and Rotarian Siddhartha Dev Mukhopadhyay will take you through for the next 15 minutes. He will, in fact, Rudrajit is not there. He is co-chair for the Northeast part. He's busy in Raila. So Siddhartha Devda will cover Rudrajit's part also. Siddhartha Devji, please go ahead.
Where is Siddhartha?
I can't see him.
Siddhartha, are you there?
I'm trying to search.
But he is not there, in fact.
If he's logged in by another name, we don't know. But Siddharth
Normally he logs in with
own name, right?
Yeah, he's calling me.
Yeah.
Hello. He is logged in by the name Reena Mukherjee.
Oh, that's why.
Reena Mukherjee.
Yeah, got it.
All right.
Got it.
Okay.
Please ask him to unmute because we have already sent the request.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here I
Yes.
am, and please change the slides.
yes, Siddhartha. I believe you are on your slide, right?
Yes, it's not my style. It's for Nation Builder. Next. This is
Learning
e-learning.
program. It is your program.
Right. This is my program. So hello. I hope I am audible to everyone.
Very much.
Right?
Very much.
Okay. Now this is the second vertical of the teach of RILM, that is the e-learning. Now we all know this, how we perceive and how we understand and how we come to know or get the knowledge. It's the sensory organs are to be involved. More the number of sensory organs are involved in the teaching learning process, as more are the comprehensions and the understandings of the content being taught. Right? This is the common thing we know. And this part is the e-learning to imbibe the digital advantages into the learning process by the text, by the figure, by the images, by the videos, as well as the description and the tables and data and everything. So that can be imbibed with the normal teaching process of the schools we are having, the government and government-aided schools. We can support this education process and make it more and more understandable and in fact, interesting for the students through the e-learning program. That's why the e-learning program is in there as the second vertical of the teach program of RILM. Next slide, please. What are the aims of e-learning? It aims to improving the experience of teaching learning through this audio, visuals, as well as different, in fact, if they are teachers even, so with that body language of the teachers even to imbibe with for the, and of course in the local language for the government and government-aided schools. And for example, in fact, for information, these e-learning content are available in many of the languages suitable to the Indian context, and that are mapped to the different state school board requirement or the syllabus which are existing. Next slide, please. So some of the salient features of the e-Shiksha, what RILM is supporting. So RILM is supporting for single classroom to be installed for e-learning center in a government or government-aided school. So for the Rotarians and the clubs to find out the government-aided school where a classroom can be devoted for the e-learning, which is having the electricity connections, 4 walls and everything. At the same time, they are supposed to have a projector or a LED TV or a smart TV, something like that, along with the educational content. So it's a single room installation to be done with that, all those e-learning materials for a government or government-aided school. And this provides an integrated solution consisting of that kind of LCD, as I told a minute ago. These softwares or the educational content are loaded with audiovisual softwares, and it is following the state curriculum in local languages. The content are mapped with the NCERT in Hindi and English for class 1 to class 10. The software content, where to get the software content, you can get it offline and online as well as. Offline, it can be stored in a CD or a pen drive, and you can use that one in the online mode. Next one. What are the benefits we can accrue from this e-learning program of the RILM? This can improve the great attendance of the students, because this is becoming, in fact, this is expected to become more and more interesting for the students. Whenever a picture is shown in a printed paper of anything, take the example of biology or physics or anything, but if of a fish even, you can go for the specific example. So that definitely gives an impression to the students how the fish is. But if it is shown through a video in the natural situation through the e-learning session, that can be more and more attractive for the students. In fact, they are in the virtual world in that time, at that time of e-learning session. And that leads to the lesser dropouts of the students from the schools. And of course, that leads to greater and greater increased attentiveness in this class by the two students. Next one, please. So benefits continued and concepts are clarified. In fact, the teachers are also getting the help of this kind of e-learning. They are not supposed to miss any points to be discussed. They are not supposed to overlap any points in the content which are supposed to be taught. So in that way, and what are the different data and everything, if that are to be given, that can be taken into one slides or in a table, and that can be placed over the e-learning projectors. Right. So teacher also getting the advantage of the e-learning session, and that is reflected into better level of teaching as well, and which improves the retention of the students in the classroom. And of course, at the end, that also sharpened the capacities of the logical and critical visual thinking, and of course, improved language abilities. These are all the benefits we can accrue in addition to the normal teaching learning process with the e-learning process. Right. Next one. So this is the achievements we have: 27368 e-learning across India, 20 lakhs program impact students from government and government aided school, and 45 teachers are involved in the e-learning. But this is it seems to be very very bright picture. But if you are belonging to RID 3240, where in this session e-learning, our contribution is less than around 1% of the Indian achievement. RID has contributed, or the share is having to the tune of almost 1% in e-learning across India. Next one, please. So in that way, we are supposed to gear up to have our greater contribution in the India's map of Rotary. So far, the different teach verticals are there. So these are the e-learning across India. What are the facilities we can have? There is NCERT TV tie-up, and curriculum is from class 1 to 10 being telecast through national television channels of NCERT. And then the Diksha app tie-up. You can download this Diksha app in your mobile itself, and which is a students friendly and students interactive as well. And you can have your preferred language for Diksha app as well. Next one, please. So what are the reach so far of RILM e-learning program? DD Dish Free is 15 million households, Jio Mobile TV 420 million users, Tata Sky 70.26 million households, Diksha Portal 71.35 million learning sessions. These have been achieved so far of RILM's efforts of teach. Next one, please. And whenever club is also recognized by the district. And if the e-learning project is taken up by the club, what are the different level they can achieve and what are the recognition they can get? The Star Club 10 school, and of course, this is for hardware and software installation in school, both the hardware and software. There are many of the schools, those who are having the hardware, there you are supposed to only install the software. And there are many of the schools, they are nothing, no hardware, no software. Then you are supposed to go for the hardware and software. If you are going for an e-learning center in a school with the hardware and software, these are the achievement levels you can go for. Now see, if each club of our district is going for the 10 schools at least, we would be very near to sovereign star for the district as well, right? To 1250 schools, 10 schools per club, if it is adopted. So we would be very near to the 1250 schools, and district would become the sovereign star in the e-learning, right? Next slide, please. And if the schools are having the hardware and Rotary is going to, or club is going for the software installation only, the recognition level is something like that. Again, right from start to sovereign start, from 10 schools to 250 schools for the clubs, and the district 100 schools to 2,500 schools, right? And there you have sent Partho all the district goals we are having, although we haven't received the district literacy goals of, club literacy goals of all the clubs, but whatever we have received, that there we found there some kind of discrepancies are there, because e-learning requires for a lump sum investment from any source, because you need to have the hardware, sometimes you need to have the software, right? So this has to be the your goal has to be much more realistic. Anyway, after this session and on this Rotary year will start, the new Rotary year, we shall be going club by club for rationalizing all these goals of the teach program. Anyway, these are the achievements if you are going for the software installation in a school for e-learning. Next one, please. So what Rotarian needs to do? In fact, in this table, you can get the DG and DLCC and the district e-learning committee. For this meeting, you forget this first two columns and concentrate on the club literacy chair and the club president, what they can do, because the year of their year is supposed to start. Level 2 training you are attending. Those who are not attending, if somebody is there, they're not attending this program, must be they are really would be lagging behind in undertaking the teach program. Understand the modalities of e-learning program, how you can go for the e-learning program. District committee is always at your service. At the same time, RILM is having such a vast website. You can get all the information from the RILM websites as well. Set goals for the clubs. You have already submitted goals of your club, of course. After this training, might be you would be thinking of the rationalizing those goals. Maybe the district district literacy chair would be giving you the opportunity, if you are yourself changing or modifying your literacy goals for your club. Select a discuss project at the club. Of course, whatever the project you are, in fact, Rotary is the same simple system of the Rotary. Whatever the project a service director is thinking of, they are supposed to discuss at the club. So of course, in the case of literacy event, the project you are having in your mind must be discussed at the club so that you can generate the unanimous support from your club as well, right? Select a school for an ELP. If you are going for the select, e-learning program or e-learning project in the school, you need to have some kind of consideration to put into the process of selecting the school. What are those? The school has to have a free room for ELP, right? So that has to be connected with the current electricity, and if it is projected, so if not anything is white wall has to be there. The seating capacity must be sufficient for the every section of students. So these are the all kinds of things you are supposed to check whenever you are selecting a school for e-learning project. Select and there are in vendor, you can select a vendor from the RILM itself, and the district will also help you for selecting a vendor if you need to have this hardware and software or the both. Organize teacher training. Now this teacher training, say you can integrate different activities of the teach verticals for different projects, right? So you are supposed to do survey for the NBA and the teacher support, right? Teacher training. So if this data collection is really comes to a final sheet of information, that will help you all the verticals of the teach. So whenever you are going for the e-learning, or teacher training, you can take those teachers from the school you have given the NBA. If these schools are even in the e-learning program or not even in the e-learning program, you can grab those teachers who have received the NBA or participated in the teachers training. You can grab them for the teacher training for this purpose. Orient volunteer, you need to have the support of the different volunteer, and today's meetings, Partho requested several times to engage the volunteers of each clubs in this session seminar so that they can have the understanding how they are going to implement the e-learning program with the volunteers' help at their club level. And if there is any need, you can directly contact RILM and of course DLCC of 3240. Next one, please.
Yeah, Siddhartha Devda, you need to conclude in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
So I
Please.
would be taking only 1 minute.
All right.
He's almost in the fag end.
Yes. So what Rotarians need to do, this is the what we have discussed, that is the club president and club literacy chair. Now, in fact, all the Rotarians, what they can do, all the Rotarians have come to know since last few years that Rotary is having a teach program. There we are having the e-learning program, and now they are even coming to know almost all the prominent languages are there in the processing of the developing the curriculum. It can be available in Bangla, it can be available in Assamese, it can be available in Hindi, it can be available in English. And in that way, Rotary is going to help the schools to have a better infrastructure. So this kind of discussion or Rotarians can start talking, right? So because this is the NCERT approved national content. So for providing software, even you can if you start talking, somebody is there who can volunteer to donate you a software or the cost of the software for a school, particular school. And different language, if the language even you are supposed to change for the content, the Rotarians can help to change the content for better understanding of the students as well. Next one, please. Next one. Yes, next one. This is the request letter from school. Next one, please. And now the resource center. So best resource center is rotaryteach.org. Right? You enter there, you would be coming to know all the information and all the things what are required for any vertical of the teach that are there. Next one, please. Next one. Yes, social media. So we are all in the social media. Now we can use the social media for a better way for RILM teach program. Next one, please. So what we can do in Twitter or Facebook or WhatsApp or wherever, or Instagram, wherever. So we can like, comment our RILM page, take over and engage in RILM activities. So this is going to be much more productive. It is observed from the previous experiences. The more the likes, more the comment, more the followers, in fact, it gives an orientation and gives an awareness among the common people to come to know about the RILM Teach program. Next one. So how we can upload the project? Next one, please. So after having your project completed, you can upload the project reports and pictures and everything. Next one. So this is the login page. Those who have entered the project upload, this is the Tejpur Assam dashboard. An example for you. And now this is login page once again. Next one, please. Next one, please. This you can upload the project. Thank you very much. All the participants as well as DLCC and the Vibhasa must be here. So I render my all the thanks for giving me opportunity to be with you to emphasize the e-learning program of the Teach of RILM. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you very much, Siddhartha Devda. And for the participants, don't worry at all. He went a little fast towards the end, but the project upload section, the reporting section, we will take this part up again during our 22nd June workshop. So don't worry about it at all.
Right.
So let's go into the adult literacy part, to be taken care of by Krishnendu Roida and Subrata Senda. Please go ahead. Both of you have 15 minutes, 7 minutes each. Please unmute Krishnendu Roy and Subrata Sen.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, then Subrata will take the first part.
Yes. Good evening to all of you who joined in this level 3 literacy workshop. Thanks to DG Dr. Pobi and Vibrant DLCC Dr. Rotary and Patso to include me in this Teach program. Adult literacy is the part of Rotary Teach program. Here I am sharing with you about a part of adult literacy program with Rotary in Kishangandurai. What is the adult literacy program? RLM Adult Literacy Program seeks to impart functional literacy to non-literate adults above 15 years age across India. Impart skill development training to literate, new literate adults. Who is a yes? Yes.
Next page should be changed.
Next page. Who is the literate adult? According to the National Literacy Mission Authority, Government of India, a literate adult is one who can read aloud about a speed of 30 words per minute, read and understand road signs, posters, and newspapers, understand and copy 7 words per minute, take dictation at the speed of 7 words per minute, read and write numbers from 1 to 100, perform simple calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. What are the approach under adult literacy program? Dikha. Dikha is one approach, one-to-one approach. How can a club implement Dikha? The project will be implemented by Rotary clubs directly through members, inner wheel clubs, Rotaractors, RCC group members, and other volunteers. School students from class 7 onwards volunteer to identify one and more non-literate they teaches in 45 to 60 days. At the end of the literacy course, the learners appears for the basic literacy assessment or BLA. Examination for which questions, answers, booklets, and providing the RLM, the student volunteers and the adult learners to be registered online on adultliteracy.rotary.org. Register the examination center, a minimum 25 learners per examination center. Registration process will be only completed after the payment of fees of question and answer booklets to be checked and result to be prepared the uploaded RLM portal. Certificates and the adult learners who will pass the basic literacy assessment examination and student volunteers will be available for downloaded on RLM portal. Next, Sikha. No, Sikha. Next slide, yes. This approach is based on the network of various grassroots level developmental organizations who work in the farmers and interior access, interior areas where the need of making adult literate is very evident. Process involves inviting expression of interest from the grassroots organization who are interested to work for the cause for security or to shortlist authentic organization. Finalization of terms and conditions for implementation of the project, handholding and monitoring by RLM. Next, Vidya. Next slide. Through partnership with large organizations, there are organizations that have large membership or followers like Brahma Kumaris, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, Association of Muslim Professionals, the Bharat Scouts and Guides, Gayatri Parivar, etc. This approach focuses on building a relationship with such organizations and inviting them to be an active partner to achieve the goal of the total literacy. Now, Dr. N. Krishnendu Rai will join us to elaborate the details about Swabhiman. Yes. Yes. Yes.
And with the permission of the NCC, I can take over from here.
Yes.
So about the Swabhiman, Digital Education Center.
Krishnendu, if you are speaking on your headphone, or you please hold the microphone close to your mouth because your voice is fluctuating.
Now I can hear it now. Here.
You're not, no, you're not audible clearly. Means clarity is not there.
Please elaborate in details about Swabiman
Hello,
Dignity
now you can hear
Education
me?
Center. Yes,
Now it is
over to
audible?
Krishnendu.
Subhrata, you just mute yourself, and then Krishnendu.
Yes.
Please.
So Swabiman, the Dignity through Education center-based approach, it is a center-based approach. You have to mind it. We can just the details are there. The Swabiman project ambition, setting up Swabiman Center across India, centralization, location, functional, differential, non-literal, 16 years over the period of 3 to 4 months. Maximum 30 learners should be enrolled per batch. Multiple batches can be run. In the SC, the backbone of this intervention is the teacher. It can directly implemented by the clubs or with the NGOs. Next one, please. What are teaching materials? I would like to say that Swabiman is a community-based center. So you can find out it through RCC also, through some other NGOs also, and club and set up. There are the options about setting up a Swabiman project. Now, what teaching materials are available for adult literacy program and how can club get it? Developed by RILM, as it was already in some other verticals also say that RILM has their own books on this subject. You can get it from RILM. And any other primer that is existing in your state, district area, that is a local government has, if they provided anything on such project, you can also get it from there. How to contribute to adult literacy program? Suppose you cannot do project, you cannot do set up a adult literacy center, then you can also help by paying 250 per adult to RILM so that they will do it for you. This adult literacy part. In somewhere or other, but you have to always mind it that if you do it by yourself, it will be in your locality. And when RILM will do it, you don't know where it will be. Maybe in your state, maybe outside, maybe somewhere else. Next, please. Next one. Next one. Now, volunteer responsibility for those adult literacy centers. Volunteers take supplement session from time to time at Swabiman Center run by club, NGO to add value to the adult literacy course. Next one. Next one. Next one, please. Now, what happens after the adult get their certificate? They may join the normal course of study that is in school, or they can go for skill development. So more than 1,627 women were benefited from this sewing center. That is one we have just looked into it. Next, please. What is the skill development project for RILM? Saksham Bharat, Ek Kadam Kamyabi ke India also propagating this project. So we can roll into the same project. The roles and responsibility of Rotarians or program promoters will be the roles and responsibility of RILM, roles and responsibility of skill training partners. These are the things we have to do. Next, please. Next one. What is the skill development project for RILM? Project Dignity. The entire project cycle has 5 steps: identification of beneficiaries, providing skill training, assessment and certification, and the most important one is placement and follow-up. Placement is necessary because otherwise the project will be failed. And these are the recognition for adult literacy. First Star Club, 500 adults, Superstar 1000, Megastar 2000, Supreme 3000, and and Sovereign 5,000. Next, please. Hello, next. Now, same as the other verticals, project upload. Carry on, next one. Second page. Please, next page. Project upload, those are same as in seen in the other verticals. You just have to register. You can go to the different vertical page that is there. National Builder, Teachers Training, School e-learning. So you choose adult literacy and then you just upload your project. Next. Thank you very much. I am Krishnan Kumar from our project of
Yeah, thank you.
Adult literacy chair, co-chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to both of the co-chairs. The audio was not up to the mark, but somehow I hope we have got the content. Now, we have 15 minutes allotted for question answer sessions. We have about 95 in the audience. You must have taken notes. You must be having a lot of questions. Now, we are fortunate to have Dr. Bibhas Das Purakaisthoda, who is actually an authority in this field, who has worked his lifetime in the area of education. I would request Bibhas to take the questions, and co-chairs can also join in answering the questions. This platform is now open for the next 15 minutes for question answer sessions, and thereafter we will conclude. Orindam Da and Danny, how would you like to unmute people who are?
No, we have already allowed. Them to unmute themselves right now.
Right.
Okay. So I think JK Subaya.
Vivasda is now spotlighted for everybody.
Yeah. I think Rotarian JK Subaya has his hand up. So maybe he has a question.
First, let Vivasda speak his mind. Then Vivasda, it's yours.
Please. Any question? I think co-chairs can also answer at the same time. Let them try first because it is known to them.
Ratna and JK Subaya.
I can add up only. Any question for clarification from participant side?
Ratna, do you have a question?
Danny, can we ask them to raise their hand so that
I think we already have two raised hands. That's the Rotarian Subaya and Rotarian Ratna Singh.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
I would like to know the
Hello.
education. Yes.
Hello.
Madam Ratna, you just hold on for some time because Rotarian Subaya is asking question.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
No, it's not Ratna. It is somebody else is talking. Rotarian Subaya, can you answer your question first?
Yes, I'm asking. Somebody is interrupting him.
Yeah, I think that is yeah. Go on. Please ask.
Well, you continue. I'm muted.
I was interested in knowing about the adults education. How many members, minimum members can be hold? We were planning to have 2 sessions here in Siliguri. And how can we do it? The maximum, do you have any limit for that or only 5, 6 we can do it? Did you get my question, sir?
Yes. We could hear you. So, Vivasda, could you hear it?
Vivasda, unmute yourself. Vivasda, unmute yourself. Vivasda, unmute yourself.
I request the co-chairs to answer.
Hello.
Co-chairs.
May I put a question, sir?
Yeah, okay. Professor Giripala, please wait. Let us finish with Subaya first.
Okay.
Next we'll get to you.
Okay, thank you.
Normally, Krishnendu or Shubhadra could have, they have the answer. So I prefer them to answer. Krishnendu, please answer.
Krishnendu, are you on the line?
Yeah, he is there. He's there.
But I did not get the question clearly because he wants to know.
Divasa, apni koi diyo because yeah.
Maximum limit is that 30 per batch. Don't exceed this limit. You can take 30 maximum. Okay. For a continuous period of 3 months training, say weekly, twice or thrice. That way you can go on teaching for an hour or so. Time has to be adjusted along with the participants in the adult literacy, learners of the adult literacy. It may be in the evening after the work is done. So that way time and period and number of adult learners to be selected. Not to take too many at a time, because in that case learning will not be complete. Maximum 3, 1:3, 1 teacher, 30 learners.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Professor Giriwala, can we get your question now?
Arvind has written something.
Yeah. Yeah, go on. Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
Giriwala di. Oh, she has lost the connection if I'm not wrong.
No, she's here. Till then, yes. There is a question from Arvind, right, Arindam?
Yeah. Where to contact? He has got a specific question. Where to contact for adult literacy examination?
Directly, whenever you start, it was there that you have to contact for adult literacy this rotaryteach.org. The address is being given on the slide where to teach, and also that you have to register with a certain amount per adult learners. About 100, I suppose. It will be the cost of holding the examination and then certification. So that club has to bear.
I have a question.
Sudipto has got another question. Aja, Giriwala, have you unmuted yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, please ask.
Actually, I want to know whether the stress should be given to adult literacy more or other literacy more. Which one should be center point?
Vibhasa, did you get the question?
My audio system failed. I listen properly. Okay.
She has got a specific question that which one to be stressed more, which should be more prioritized, the adult literacy or the other other aspects of literacy?
That will depend upon the area concerned. So there are certain areas of our country, particularly 3240 district, in which there are more adult non-literate. I don't say illiterate, non-literate. So in that area, adult literacy has to be prioritized. For example, Dinajpur is a district where adult literacy is very in bad shape. Also, Arunachal Pradesh, literacy level is very poor. So like this, you have to identify in which area, what is the adult literacy in that particular district, and you prioritize that way. Second option, A and C, these are the two things connected with literacy program. So child development, that means those who are dropping out, that is also important. So that will depend upon the knowledge of the particular area in which dropout ratio is much higher or not. So these two aspects, you give priority. The other thing, other verticals, T, E, and H are related with quality development, quality improvement of the education sector. A and C related with the literacy. I think that will depend as how you approach.
I believe you have got the answer.
Okay, thank you. But I think one should be given more chance to literate adults more than the child literacy, because if the adults will be literate, then the family will be literate, then the society will be literate. I think so. It's my personal opinion. Thank you so much for your
Okay, okay. Thank you, madam.
There is another question from Sudipto Acharya of RC Bolpur, President, incoming President.
I have a
Is the program Dr. Sharma?
Yes.
Yeah, you please go ahead.
Can I go ahead? Yes.
Yeah, please.
This is for Bibhasda.
Yes.
Bibhasda,
please.
This is a teacher. We understand is a great move on the part of Rotary International. But see, what I fail to understand is, see, the government of almost all the states today, are taking up several measures for the cause of education. Okay, for the spread of education, and under the NEP, you were an expert there. So, how is the TEACH program going to be different from this government schemes, the welfare schemes, I mean? They have made education free almost. Okay, right from the primary stages to the degree. And then how do we make a difference there actually? That is one thing. And then the NEP. Now, is that going to have any kind of impact on the kind of mission that we are going to embark upon? Number 3, regarding the audio visuals that we are talking of. Now, to what extent can a club, for instance, meet the expenses that be involved in, the giving up the, in the case of the audio visuals, for instance. These are some of the questions. There are other questions also. Now, let us first come to these questions now, if you could answer.
Okay, Gautam, first one is that, should I start answering number 1 question?
Yes.
Government of India is taking this project long back. Each state has its own, because education is a concurrent subject, as you understand. So state has its own policy at the same time. But the thing is this, according to UDICE, each school is provided with this unique number, Unified District Information System for education. Now, according to UDICE, approximately there are 1.5 million schools in India. Then 9.6 million teachers and 264 million children. Children, I'm saying, elementary level. Now, government already started training teachers for that purpose. Now, by one program called NISTHA, government has targeted to teach about 56 million of teachers.
Exactly.
5.6, I'm sorry, 5.6 million of teachers. Now, I told you that there are 9.6 million teachers are there. So you see, with the government capacity, government will be predicted this way. So it is necessary that NGOs, not only Rotary India Literacy Mission, there are various other NGOs which are, government means whom? It is public wish to support government, only then a program succeeded. So Rotary India Literacy Mission came forward in that particular to help the government. Other NGOs like Pratham and many more other organizations is also helping to make it a success. So this is your first question. So second question, I forgot, you talk about e-learning or something else?
Yes, I did ask you about e-learning also, and I forgot.
Okay,
the second
you forgot the second one.
I can remember the second one.
Okay, please.
So the question is how far this e-learning installation in the schools are possible by the government, I mean the clubs, because it involves an investment.
Okay,
Considerable
it's a
investment.
very large investment, but even then, what the government is doing, as far as practicable, I told you that there are 1.5 million schools. You can imagine the amount of budget needed. So what the government is doing, they are selecting certain schools as ideal schools and providing computers as well as this projector. They have some other programs. They have said, Siddhartha said that there are hardware part and software part. Okay, so those who have got these devices, software part can be given and hardware part can be given. I tell you one information that is not being covered. There is a software called Diksha, which is available in mobile. And that is also in Bengali, Assamese version is available. Last few days I am working on it. This is free of cost. Every mobile, from your mobile, you can download and see that Assamese version, Bengali version, Hindi, English, all versions are available there. Now, I talked with PDG Shubhashish today itself to give me a solution because I tried myself and found it is effective. Little bit problem is there that we can project directly from mobile with an Android projector. Android projector does not cost more than 15,000. Okay. And now with a Bluetooth, it will be about 20,000, 25,000. And the software will be Bluetooth speaker. So we are just working out. I've given the task to solve this problem as how from all smartphone we can download this app and that can be done. That means you see what is the advantage of this one I'm trying, because simultaneously all classes can be converted into smart class.
Right.
Not specifically one class, because now at present more than 50,000 is needed for hardware and software installation. If we go by this method, it is coming down to maximum to 20-25,000 only. So more number can be added in that particular way. There may be a solution, but it will take time. Not all can be made. We can install for quality education. Phase-wise, it will be done. Government has taken another approach for your, in NEP, you told that government has done one thing, clustering of schools. That means certain schools in an area will be clustered to avail certain opportunities. Because in that one, in NEP 2020, you will find that there is no rigidity. Even co-curricular, extracurricular activity will not be there. So certain schools may have got a dance teacher, certain schools may have music teacher, certain schools may have this e-learning opportunity. So program routine can be arranged that particular to sort out this one. NEP, you go through NEP in school education, you will find that clustering of school is an option to solve all this problem. I think that was your second question.
Yeah, that was my second question actually. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you have already.
So Vivasa, can I add something? Vivasa, can I add something regarding that e-learning?
Please.
Oh, so, okay. So the device you are talking about is say even less than a little more than 10,000, and by which we can have a 3 feet by 2 feet projection as well, which is like a little more than as inside, little more than a mobile, and it can be carried everywhere. It can be connected to any devices like the pen drive or the mobile itself, and we can go for that kind of thing, right? It's a even overestimate, within 15,000, you can install our e-learning center in a school.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes, but the audio part will be audible only through a Bluetooth speaker because because that speaker sound level is not high to cover up a class of 30-40 students. That is why I'm saying this one. Okay.
Right.
Well, President-elect of Rotary Club of Rangamati, he had a question that each one program, whether it is included in the adult literacy program or not. So I believe
yes. That are there, Arindam. That are there. Through Diksha, we can assign the task of each one, and even by the students even. So by the Diksha, we can assign the students for make the one adult at this learner, literate, that we can do, and that can be guided by each of the Rotarian as well.
Hope Sudipto has got his answer, right? Arvind has informed that the RLM office at Kolkata, they didn't have the examination system in place last year. Whether it is working this time or not, he is not very sure. We need to ascertain it.
Partho, you have information about this one.
This has been resumed last year, and the last was a little bit of an exception. That was what I was told by Jhilam. That's because of COVID. We have resumed this, but anyway, I have taken note of Rotarian Arvind's question. I will get back to him on this. Let me reconfirm. Let me not make it a very official thing today.
There is a Rotarian J.K. Subaya. He wants to ask some question. The Rotarian Subaya, if you have any question, please ask.
I wanted to know, we have installed 47 schools with eVidya, and out of that only 50% are using it. And now the problem is that they say that the syllabus does not tally with the one which we have supplied to them. How do we go about it? Did you get my question, sir?
Bivasa.
Have to repeat koro, ame kom shuni kane. Just repeat this question, please.
Once again.
No,
we have started 47 schools with eVidya.
Okay.
We have started 47 schools with eVidya. Out of that, only 50% are utilizing it. And the rest of them are saying that the syllabus is not tallying with the one which they are utilizing. So how do we go about it?
That is the basic problem. I told you that software part is developed based on NCERT syllabus, and state syllabus are different. So software has to be developed as per the state curriculum. That is the one loggerhead. In Assam, the problem is not there. In Bengal part, the problem is there. So eVidya only covers the NCERT syllabus. Okay, CBSE syllabus, and that is why the problem is. So somebody has to take part, take initiative to develop the state curriculum covering this one.
The vernacular one.
Yes,
yes.
In Bengali.
And following the syllabus of the state curriculum, right?
Yes.
And that Rotarian can do.
So can we have the last three questions, please? We are.
Amalandu Bosak had a question. Amalandu Bosak, Rotarian Bosak, have you any question? Because you have lowered your hand. Do you have any question, or your question is already answered? Well,
Ratna Singh was the Ratna Singh raised her hand. Is she there?
She has left, I believe.
She left or what?
Let's have last three questions.
So we don't have any other question right at the moment. Oh, Arvind, where do Arvind has another question.
Arvind.
Where to get the education material for adult literacy so that they can sit for examination?
RILM has got the education material. You can straightforward put your demand to them, pay the amount, the number, and you will get the amount. So this is one source from RILM. Second source is State Resource Center. Every state has a called State Resource Center, wherein state government has developed adult literacy, primers. So therefrom also you can get. But the teachers who will be teaching, they are to be trained in that particular design only. Because our primers are a bit different from state primer as how the teaching is done for adult literacy. So please, these are the two sources, one from RILM and other from State Resource Center.
Last year in our club, we have done it from the RILM in fact, and it is quite working. They are quite responsive now.
Vivasa, the resource of the state or the district level, is it the Sarva Shiksha Mission?
No, completely different. A state resource center, you find Bengal part, I don't know, but in Assam part, I know it is in Digoli-Pikudi area, state resource center. I myself visited, I bought some book as well from there. So it is available there, State Resource Center. Bengal part, I cannot exactly say the exact location.
I think in Bengal part, it is under Sarva Shiksha Mission. There is a section of Boysko Shikha Kendra, and it is under the Sarva Shiksha Mission.
Maybe, yes.
Anyway, I will also in touch with tomorrow. I will go for the administration for the matter for details.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, Rotarian Partho, we are done with the questions because whatever question we got, we are done with that.
Let us conclude. Let us conclude. We will conclude in 3 minutes. So we have had a very worthwhile session, but the limitations of online mode of education, online mode of disbursing this workshop is there. We could not answer all the questions to your satisfaction. However, the first point I want to make is that we will be conducting a lot more workshops. This is only the first. The second workshop is on 22nd of June, and we will be covering child development and happy schools and a portion of e-learning, mostly the electronic part, how to upload and how to download. Now, there is a suggestion here, which is my second point. Instead of delivering content in the workshop, we will rather answer your questions. Therefore, request all the participants to get to the RILM website, look up the presentations, look up all the reading materials on these topics. And when you attend, you are yourself as good as us. And therefore, we will spend most of our time, most of our 1.5 hours in interactions and getting deeper into the subject. I hope we will take that format forward next time. Next point is that this presentation has been shared already. Danny has been kind enough to share this presentation to everybody. I hope it is helpful. Sorry? All right, that was noise, I guess. The presentation has been shared with everybody. I will also share in the various groups. A lot of questions have come up. It is a learning for us too. A few I have noted which we could not answer, like Khandelwal ji's, Arvind Khandelwal's question. I will get back to you after talking with RILM. I would like to thank all the participants.
I would just like to interrupt once, Partho, please. That Amalendu Bosak has a question he wanted to ask, but his microphone is not working. He has got a question that he cannot download the NBA form. Okay, from the RLM website. Now he says so. So you just take a note of it.
I told the adult literacy, teacher, vertical co-chair to download the form and send to all.
Right, in the PDF form, it could be sent, right?
Yes. Send one copy each, put it in the group so that all can easily get the forms. There are 3 forms, so they can be easily available. So it will be done from the committee side.
Because it is also available with so many of us, we can also always share it, in fact.
Yes, it is available. Anyone can download, not very difficult. But to take note of it, download and put it in the group so that they can easily get it.
We will do that. This is a takeaway from this session.
Okay.
We will ourselves download. And to all the participants, you now know all your vertical co-chairs. Without hesitation, please contact them for any help that you require, small or big. It may be the silliest of questions you want to have. For example, a simple form. Please do not hesitate to contact them. You can directly contact me also. Any information required from RILM, I will get it for you. It is my responsibility. And if I don't respond to you, the DG has allowed that you may directly contact him too. It is a very, we want to set a very open platform, an interactive platform, and we want to just go ahead and do our work. And you, the participants, are the most important part of any project that we will take. That's because the last mile will be handled by you. We will support you in every way that we possibly can. With these words, I would like to conclude today's workshop. We're wishing you all the best, thanking you for joining us and bringing the greetings of our DGE. I'm thankful to him personally for allowing us to conduct our workshop, giving us a free hand and promising that he will support us all throughout the coming year. Thank you very much for participating. Looking forward to meet all of you on 22nd of June. Danny, we had 95 participants.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you lost a bet ultimately.
that I told earlier also.
Only 100 rupees is nothing.
I feel happy losing the bet because we don't want to peak at the very beginning.
No, you haven't lost your bet. It touched almost 98, 99. Somebody left and somebody joined. So it crossed 100. So I think Dennis should share 100 rupees to Partho.
I didn't bet. It was me. He was saying. I said it will not cross 100.
No, Danny.
If you go at a time.
Danny is technically correct. He knows the technical aspect because more than 100 people cannot join.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm personally satisfied by the attendance. I would like to put that
it's
on
good.
record.
It's good. Even 98 is good.
Yeah.
Even 98 is good. Yeah.
Purpose was different.
Right.
Purpose was different to motivate for higher participation. I understand that was the thing.
Danny, you stop the